welcome to the Anything Goes podcast. And you know what? I'm just going to do this one off the cuff because, it's funny. I remember joining, I was about like 3 years ago, I think, joining YouTube and just wanting to get stuff off my chest. And then I found out how much money you can make off of it. And I've been, following the rules, doing, one atomic cast a week during the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, one Anything Goes podcast in the beginning of the week, Monday, Tuesday, and doing the Kombat AllStar once a month. And of course, I canceled that because I got the Anything Goes, not Anything Goes, the Rise of the Avalanche movie I'm working on, so that's taking time out of the time I would usually do the Kombat AllStar show. And you know what, guys, peeps out there, I will always say this, the Anything Goes podcast is my favorite show I do in here because no one freaking listens to it. I mean, shoot, man. There was a stride, a period where me and Random Girl were doing it. We were hustling, like we are now, and we were getting momentum, and then it kind of died off. But, I mean, other than that period, no one really listens to this show, and I love it. I feel like I'm talking to my peeps. I can, crack open a beer, drink some chips, watch a game, do whatever I want to do because it's my podcast. Well, me and Random Girls podcast, anything goes, and literally anything goes. And, try to stick to topics and everything so people know what we're talking about, but screw it. Tonight, today, this afternoon, whenever you're listening to this, man, I just feel like talking about whatever. So, yeah, I'm gonna just do it. I mean, I earlier today I was watching the Science Channel. Man, I love science. Science is awesome. Bill Nye, Neil deGrasse Tyson, all that. And you know what? I was watching some Star Talk too, and Star Talk's pretty legit. If you guys haven't watched Star Talk, go check it out. It's on Netflix now. But man, I feel like the science shows today ain't nothing like the science shows of yesterday. And okay, so perfect example. I'm watching the show on science. I love the Science Channel for the most part. And it talks about, it was much like H2. H2, History Channel was legit. And then, and then it just started doing dumb stuff, talking about nonsense and, Pawn Stars and all that crap, and it just kind of ruined it. And then, they came up with H2, which was awesome. It was epic, and it was just, talking about the universe and all that, and all, learning stuff. I learned more out of school about, watching H2 than ever. And then they freaking merged H2 with History, so it's basically getting rid of History Channel. It's merged a nice way of them saying getting rid of, which is stupid. But anyway, I'm watching the Science Channel, and they freaking talk about, history always talks about Hitler. But it seems like the Science Channel always trying to disprove the Bible, like, Sodom and Gomorrah. That's on right now. Hopefully I did a great job. You can't even hear that in the background in the other room. But man, it's gotten ridiculous, and I'm tired of it, man. Why can't you just, whatever happened to freaking Bill Nye and reading, where there's stuff that you can actually learn something instead of disproving things or trying to make it catchy and cliche. And that's what I think is wrong with YouTube too. Everything's freaking catchy and cliche. There was a time on YouTube where you can find somebody just like you and they would get a lot of views and everything because they were just like you and they attracted people just like them. But nowadays, man, I swear you can't get nothing. You go in there and you make a show about you, you know what I mean? And people will come, people can't even find you. It's buried under everything. Like YouTube Red, I knew it was a bad idea. I know me and Random Girl talked about it a while ago in the Atomic Cast, but we knew it was a bad idea. Because now you can pay for no commercials, and on top of that, they're pushing stupid people like PewDiePie. I hate you, PewDiePie. Punch you in the face if I saw you in real life. Same thing with Austin Creed and the up, down, down stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous, man. It's another way for the rich to get rich and the poor to get poor. It's stupid. And those awesome content creators that I might want to go out and seek out and find, I can't find because they're buried under a bunch of nonsense. Because it's just a stupid, vicious cycle. And oh man, there's so much wrong with this world. There's so much wrong with this country, man. Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton running for president. What is that about? How do we get the two worst people in the world to run for president? Not saying that, Hillary is the worst person in the world, but man, she got some flaws, and Donald Trump is just, that guy's a piece of work, man. I don't know. It's funny because somebody told me that he thinks that Donald Trump was running for president only so Hillary could be elected, and I thought it was whack bull crapness. But if you check out my Twitter page, man, there's a story. It was an interview with Donald Trump when Hillary ran for president in 2008, and he was defending the Clintons, talking about how they're good friends and how things that happened to Hillary and were said about Hillary shouldn't have been said, and it was pretty out of control. I was like, wow, maybe the dude's right. I said that. Shout out to Steven for saying that, because honestly, man, I thought that was kind of a crock, but now that I watched that video, shoot, maybe you were right. But anyway, yeah, man, I don't get it. I don't get the Science Channel thing. I don't get, what they're trying to feed us and all that. I don't understand it, man. Whatever happened to making good content for the sake of good content? I remember back in the day, listening to music. I'd throw on the radio, there's Stevie Wonder, there's Chico DeBarge on there. There's people that can go. And then nowadays, it's like, it's frustrating, man. Is anybody in America, I can't say the whole world, but is anybody in America actually, is it a popularity contest? Or is it just like I don't know, man. Like, I feel like every facet of America or every thing about America is just a popularity contest. That's why History Channel turned to doing Pawn Stars and everything like that. So ignorance would show up and they would be more popular than maybe the Science Channel or Discovery Channel. And now YouTube is banking on the popularity of people by putting ads and everything. And then now freaking the presidential race, which used to be about qualifications and who's better fit for the job, it's a popularity contest, man. Those debates and the Trump rallies and everything, man, they were just like, it was like a game show or something, like The Apprentice, or voting people off or on. It was ridiculous, and people that were more qualified didn't get the spot. It was the people that were more popular. And man, I don't get that. I don't get that at all. It doesn't make any sense to me. When did quality, hard work, and content get overshadowed by popularity, who and money? Like, I don't get that. I don't get that at all. I don't understand, man. To me, it does not make any sense, and I don't know. It's just it's craziness. It's craziness, man. I'm telling you, man. Talking off the cuff, man, with no topic, it's kind of cool, but it's kind of frightening because I don't know. I kind of feel obligated to entertain you guys, even though it's just me and my bros. You guys are my bros, all of you, all three of you that listen to my podcast every time it comes out. What is this, episode 67? This is the 67th episode of the Anything Goes podcast. And man, we've had our ups and downs, but I feel like that little bit of people, I'm not even sure how many people are loyal people, because I don't get really a lot of comments, which I want to get comments to talk about this stuff. I get more comments on the Atomic Cast, which is cool. I mean, that show is more YouTube-like, and it's what people expect out of a YouTuber. And I don't expect the podcast to get as many interactions as the Atomic Cast does. But it would be nice. It would be nice to get some interactions on the podcast. But like I said, it's a small price to pay, because it's one of those things where I don't, I just do it to do it, man. Like, seriously. I mean, before, I think it was the Tarzan episode of the Anything Goes podcast, me and Random Girl put a video of the Tarzan trailer in the actual video, and it was getting hot, dude. People was loving that podcast, and I forget what company is behind Tarzan, but they went ahead and put a copyright strike on me, and freaking, they liked the podcast because they wanted me to keep it up, but all the revenue was going to them. Before then, I didn't at all monetize my podcast, because it was like, this is just truth. The podcast is the truth, man. We've talked about freaking replacing black actors with white actors and interracial stuff. We hit some really, really tough topics back in the day on this show, and it's kind of fell by the wayside. Not saying that we still don't talk about anything at all, anything and everything, because obviously I'm doing that now. But I mean, most of the stuff fell in line with everything else I was talking about, like the comics and video games and whatever. But if you're a first time listener to this show, let me tell you something. This podcast is about absolutely anything. I am up for taking requests. and we will talk about anything and everything. So I mean, there's nothing left unturned, undone. It's everything. So that's what the podcast is about. And we used to hit those, coming in, we were swinging, and it was awesome with some hard hitting stuff. But I feel like there comes a time where you kind of talk about everything. You know what I mean? And then you get into like the newsworthy stuff. I don't know how those other podcasts do it. I know, oh man, shout out to other podcasts that I love, by the way. Monster, you do a great job. Don, Tony, and Kevin Castle, love your podcast. I heard Wrestling Super's pretty good, but I have not listened to it. Also, I heard that Joe Rogan's podcast is awesome. Stone Cold's podcast, I love that podcast. Foreplay Talk, they're doing it big. They're up and coming. They're talking about some interesting stuff. I'll leave that description, the link to their Twitter page actually, so you guys can check them out. They're launching pretty soon. They're going to be awesome. I know the cats that do that, so go check them out. Man, there's just so many really, really awesome, epic freaking podcasts out there, and I can't wait to see them all. I can't wait to listen to them all. And I do feel like the podcast space is kind of being cluttered with a bunch of celebrities. That's another thing I don't like. What? Dude, if you're a celebrity and making millions upon billions of dollars, why the heck do you need to come and cramp Kombat AllStar style? Why Austin Creed need... And I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about it. Because it makes me mad. It frustrates me, y'all. Because, alright, y'all know that the Combat Man's been around for 4 years? You know what I'm saying? Started this thing a long time ago. Started with the Kombat AllStar show. All the videos are still up on the page. You can check it out. But I started this 4 years ago. And this fool, man. I'm hating hard. Austin Creed, a.k.a. Xavier Woods. He's a celebrity. He's a wrestler making good money. He has a freaking PhD. He wants to conquer the freaking world like M. Bison or something. I don't know. But then he comes to my turf. Comes to the Combat Man's turf. And starts playing games in the locker room before matches. Up, up, down, down. Yeah, I'm calling you out, up, up, down, down. And he's just only been around a little over a year. And he's killing me because he's a celebrity. It's like, dog, YouTube is made to make celebrities. Not for celebrities to come on here and just push us little guys out. And for a long time, I got frustrated until just recently. I used to be angry with this dude. Like, dog, this man is really on my territory and really just taking from me. And it sucks because you may be a small YouTube channel out there. There's a lot out there. Shout out to Black On 1995. There's a lot out there that freaking do the work, put in the work, and then, there's somebody with a little bit of name and they go out there and do their thing. And when I first started, my idea was to have somebody with some name power, with some staying power to be on my show. And it didn't happen. I reached out to... Who did I reach out to? I reached out to freaking... Dag, man. There was some girl. I can't remember her name. I don't know, man. I can't remember her name. But I reached out to this girl, and I was like, hey, you want to be on the show? Granted, I was only maybe a month in. And she was like, yeah, I'll do it. I'm on vacation or whatever. And she, I'll hit you up. I was like, all right. So she hits me up later. And then she's like, I can't do it. I got to do something else. And it was just like, you know what? In hindsight, it's okay because I see, I'm a small guy and she was a big girl. And she, she's doing her thing. I can't really hate on her. But that was shady. It was kind of shady, I ain't going to lie. And then Aries Quinones from Variant. Really cool dude. He has an awesome YouTube channel, which I just love. I was like, yo, we should probably be on... you should probably get on my channel, be a guest I can talk to. I'd love to talk to you. And he was real nice. Yeah, man, sure, we can do that. I'll be on your podcast. Okay. About 7 months goes by, and I'm like, dude, what about the invitation to be on my podcast? I could really use some views. And he just ignored me. Maybe he's busy. Maybe, I'm just being a jerk. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe Aries Quinones was just way too busy, which is totally 100% cool. I know he has sponsors to please, he has appearances to make, yada, yada, yada. But it would have been nice if even a month later he would have been like, sorry, Combat, a little busy or something. You know what I mean? Just the common courtesy of it all. I remember Bret Hart said that when he got back from a match, from a big pay-per-view or a small house show or whatever, everybody would go back to the hotel and they would sleep and then would get ready for the next day. But not him. He would stay up and he would be out in the lobby signing autographs for all the fans. You know what I mean? Giving that little special attention. And yeah, maybe it was like 30 seconds per fan, but there was hundreds of fans, and he would sign all the autographs until no fans were there. And that is the freaking man. That's what you're supposed to do, man. You're supposed to, even if you don't have time right then to get back at somebody, no matter how big you are, get back. And I don't care how big I get. I'm probably not going to get that big, but I don't care how big I get. I'm always going to answer, whatever. I'm going to answer letters. I'll answer freaking tweets. I'll answer, comments on my YouTube page. Whatever, man. I'll answer all that stuff. Because, you know what I mean? We're all people. I've met so many celebrities in my life. I can't even name them all. But they're so regular. They're so regular people, man. And I don't understand why people put these guys on a pedestal. Just because you know more people than somebody else doesn't make you better than anybody else. Doesn't make you head and shoulders above anybody else. Yes, you may have worked harder than the average Joe to get where you at. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you're just a Kardashian and you ain't worked hard for nothing. You just got given everything. And then, when you die, it's going to suck for you when you get to wherever you go. But we're people. Treat people like people, man. Treat people with respect. Show people some common courtesy. If you're not able to reach out, that's totally cool. But, you know what I mean? No, it's not totally cool. Just, if you are not able to reach out, then reach out eventually. I don't care if it's a year, 2 years, 2 weeks, 2 minutes, whatever it may be, reach out, man, because people are the reason where you at, man. Whether it's fans or word of mouth or whatever, it's people. You can't forget the people. And I appreciate all those people out there. I'll just, if you can see my hands in quotation marks, celebrities out there. If you out there, I thank all those guys that actually do that stuff. That's why I love people like Bret Hart. I love people like, Don Tony, Kevin Castle. The people that actually talk with people. You know what I mean? There's so many down-to-earth famous people and celebrities, and it's awesome. But then you got the super famous celebrity or popular person that they don't give people the time of day, and that ain't right. So, oh man, my vocal cords is killing me. I should have got something to drink. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm on here ranting because I feel like it. I don't know, man. Maybe I gotta get stuff off my chest. Maybe I just gotta talk to you guys because I feel like we just cool. Maybe I just love this show so much that I had to get on the mic and just talk to you guys candidly. You know what I mean? It's just, and I said this before, man. When I do, when I do the Kombat AllStar show, I'm me, but I'm like a character because I play, Goo, and I play, the Emperor of the Nine Realms, and I am Kombat AllStar, but it's kind of a blown up version of me. And I feel like, this right here, this will always be real. Anything Goes podcast will always be real, and that's why I love it so much, man. It's epic. It's everything that I imagined it to be. It's just freaking awesome. But yeah, I guess I stood on my soapbox long enough, or maybe I haven't. I don't know. Maybe I'll just keep talking for another 20 minutes. Because, I feel like it, it's freaking, I don't know what time it is, you might, like I said, you might be listening to this whenever, wherever, but right now it's late, I'm chilling hard, man. It was freaking almost midnight. Like I said, I was watching the Science Channel. I was like, you know what, man, let me just get on the mic and just start talking about stuff, because it's crazy, man. This world is crazy. The United States is crazy. Popularity is crazy. The Science Channel is crazy, man. History Channel is crazy. Cable's crazy. Everybody's crazy. So I gotta talk about it. And you know what else is crazy? You know what else is crazy? Is phones. The Google Pixel came out, and iPhone came out, and you can't find iPhone anywhere, and Google Pixel is only with Verizon, and man, these phones are out of control. These phones cost more than TVs. These phones cost more than my Xbox. These phones are equivalent to 3-month, 4-month car payments. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Almost $1,000, little over $1,000. It's insane. And The Pixel it looks awesome. I have a friend that, showed me the Pixel. She let me play with it. It looks pretty cool. The iPhone I got a chance to touch the other day, and wow, it is amazing. I see why those suckers are on back order. I went ahead and ordered one myself. I never had an anything before. I'm not, got my iPad. I just recently got, but I've never had an iPhone before, so it'll be an experience for me. And touching it, holding it, and playing with it was pretty cool. So I don't know why I stuck that in there. I guess I just felt like it, but man, it's crazy how those prices are kind of out of control, man. I remember the flip phones. And just, I can't complain about it, really. I mean, I love technology. I love where technology is going. I think, some things are fads like VR and 3D. 3D died, on arrival. Came out 2011, I think. And they were doing like this whole 3D TV / 3D game. I think Mortal Kombat 9 was in 3D for PS3. And, it died because it's gimmicky. 3D's been around since like the 70s when they had one eye that was red and one eye that was freaking blue. And it's not practical, so it's never going to catch on. Same thing with VR. They're pushing this VR thing, but man, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Quote the Combat Man, VR is not going to work. It is a nice parlor trick, but it's been around almost as long as 3D, and it still ain't catch on. So I don't think it's going to catch on anytime soon. But anyway, maybe I should end it right now. Y'all probably think I'm the craziest dude on the planet right now, but I don't care. It is the Anything Goes podcast, and I talk how I feel. So, of course, like, subscribe. You know what? Screw it. You know what I mean? If you like this video, like it. If you're listening to this, you're probably already subscribed. If you don't want to, do whatever you freaking want to do, man. It's the podcast. I don't care. I'm just glad you listened to it. And I ain't got no requests from nobody. Maybe you comment below because that'd be kind of cool to talk about this afterward. But other than that, man, do what you feel. And until next time, so long.